Have you ever wondered if having more really makes us happier? Let's delve into a concept known as the paradox of choice. It's a theory that suggests when we have too many options, we experience stress and dissatisfaction rather than freedom and happiness. You might be thinking, more choices mean more freedom, right? But in reality, an abundance of options can lead to decision paralysis, where we find it difficult to make a choice at all. Imagine standing in a supermarket aisle overwhelmed by 50 varieties of breakfast cereal. You might spend half an hour comparing nutritional information, prices, brand reputation, and still walk away feeling unsure if you made the right choice. That's the paradox of choice in action. Now let's introduce a potential solution to this problem: the concept of minimalism. Minimalism isn't about getting rid of everything you own or living in an empty room. It's about focusing on what's truly important, what brings you joy, and letting go of the rest. Consider this. What if you had only 3 types of cereal to choose from instead of 50? You'd likely spend less time deciding and more time enjoying your breakfast. This extends beyond material possessions. It's about reducing the plethora of choices in every aspect of our lives, be it our relationships, careers, or hobbies. By reducing the excess, we can focus on the essence, the things that truly matter. The theory of minimalism proposes that less can often mean more time, more focus, more satisfaction. It challenges the notion that more is better and invites us to consider the value of simplicity. It suggests that by reducing clutter, whether physical or mental, we can improve our quality of life and find greater happiness. So could the secret to happiness really be in having less, not more? As we explore this concept further, you might find that the answer is not as straightforward as it seems. But one thing is clear: the pursuit of more is not always the path to satisfaction. Sometimes less is indeed more. Meet Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, known collectively as the Minimalists. These two gentlemen, who once rode the roller coaster of corporate success, found themselves amidst an existential crisis. The corporate ladder they were climbing seemed more like a hamster wheel, spinning incessantly but leading nowhere. They were living the so-called American dream, with 6-figure incomes, luxury cars, and sprawling homes. Yet they were far from contentment. Joshua and Ryan's lives were filled to the brim with material possessions, but their hearts remained empty. They were surrounded by clutter, both physical and emotional, which made them question the very essence of their existence. They asked themselves, is this the life we want? In the quest for answers, they stumbled upon minimalism, a lifestyle that emphasizes less is more. It was an idea that resonated with them. They realized that happiness wasn't about acquiring more, but about letting go. They understood that true wealth was not in material possessions, but in relationships, experiences, and self-growth. So they decided to take the plunge. They began by decluttering their lives, both physically and emotionally. They got rid of unnecessary possessions, toxic relationships, and self-limiting beliefs. They started focusing on what truly mattered: inner peace, love, and meaningful experiences. The transformation was remarkable. They found joy in simplicity, tranquility in decluttering, and fulfillment in intentional living. Their lives became less about having and more about being. They discovered that the less they owned, the more they had. The less they consumed, the more they created. The less they took, the more they gave. They started sharing their journey and experiences through blogs, books, and podcasts. Their message resonated with millions around the world who were also seeking happiness and meaning in life. They showed that it's possible to live a meaningful life with less. Their story shows us that happiness can be found in simplicity, not complexity. Now let's turn our attention to Marie Kondo, the queen of decluttering. This Japanese organizing consultant has transformed the way we perceive our possessions with a simple philosophy: keep only what sparks joy. Marie Kondo's approach, often referred to as the KonMari method, challenges us to evaluate each item in our possession. The question she poses is simple yet profound. Does this item spark joy? If the answer is yes, we keep it with gratitude. If it's no, we thank it for its service and let it go. This philosophy, though seemingly connected only to our physical possessions, resonates on a much deeper level. It encourages us to evaluate what truly brings us happiness and to let go of what doesn't. It's not just about decluttering a room, it's about decluttering our lives. By removing the excess, we make space for what truly matters. This method has been a game changer for many, leading to increased happiness, peace of mind, and an overall sense of fulfillment. Following the KonMari method doesn't mean living with the bare minimum. Instead, it invites us to create an environment filled only with items that bring us joy. It's about surrounding ourselves with positivity and discarding the negativity, both literally and metaphorically. The impact of her philosophy extends beyond the confines of our homes. It teaches us to appreciate what we have, to live in the present, and to let go of the past. It's a philosophy that encourages mindfulness, gratitude, and intentional living. Marie Kondo's influence has reached millions worldwide, inspiring a global movement towards decluttering and a more mindful way of living. She has shown us that our possessions are not just items we own, they're a reflection of our inner selves. Through her method, she has helped people realize that less can indeed be more, that decluttering your space can declutter your mind, and that joy can be found in the most unlikely places. She has helped people find happiness amidst the chaos, peace in the clutter, and joy in the mundane. As Marie Kondo shows us, happiness can be found in the joy of less. So what can we gain from adopting a minimalist lifestyle? Well, the benefits are plentiful and can dramatically improve our lives in various ways. Let's delve into some of the most significant advantages that minimalism has to offer. Firstly, minimalism can lead to less stress. We live in a world that often insists more is better. More stuff, more commitments, more work. But with every additional item or task comes additional worry. By consciously choosing to have and do less, we reduce the number of things that can potentially cause stress in our lives. Next, minimalism provides more freedom. Less physical clutter means less time spent cleaning and organizing. Fewer commitments mean fewer obligations to meet. This freedom grants us the luxury to spend our time and energy on the things we truly value. Speaking of time, minimalism gifts us with more of it. When we're not overwhelmed by possessions or commitments, we find ourselves with surplus time. Time to pursue passions, to learn new skills, to spend with loved ones. Time that once spent can never be regained. Now let's talk about happiness. True happiness, as many of us have come to realize, is not found in material possessions. It's found in experiences, relationships, and personal growth. By eliminating excess, minimalism allows us to focus on these aspects, leading to an increase in genuine happiness. Lastly, minimalism helps us focus on what truly matters. By removing the superfluous, we are left with only the essential. This uncluttered view of life allows us to identify what's truly important to us, enabling us to invest our resources in those areas. Minimalism is not about depriving ourselves of joy or comfort. It's about making mindful choices, about deciding what adds value to our lives and letting go of what doesn't. It's about quality, not quantity. As we can see, minimalism offers a path to a happier, more fulfilling life. So, what have we learned about happiness and minimalism? Our journey began with the paradox of choice, where we discovered that more options don't necessarily lead to more happiness. Instead, an abundance of choices can lead to indecision, stress, and dissatisfaction. Through this, we've seen that there can be profound power in simplicity and in making conscious decisions about what we allow into our lives. We then ventured into the lives of the minimalists, who showed us that minimalism isn't about deprivation. It's about intentionally reducing the number of things in our lives that don't add value, that don't spark joy. The minimalists demonstrated that by shedding the unnecessary, we can make room for what truly matters: relationships, experiences, and personal growth. Next, we dove into the philosophy of Marie Kondo, the queen of decluttering. From her, we learned to ask ourselves if the things we own truly spark joy. If they don't, it's time to thank them for their service and let them go. This approach not only helps us declutter our physical spaces, but also our minds, allowing us to focus on things that bring us genuine happiness. Finally, we explored the undeniable benefits of minimalism. It's not just about having a tidy home or a minimalist aesthetic. It's about having more time, more peace, less stress, less debt, and more freedom. Minimalism, we learned, can lead to happiness, not by adding things to our lives, but by taking them away. As we conclude this journey, let's remember that minimalism isn't about living with as little as possible. It's about finding out what adds value to your life and focusing on that. It's about getting rid of distractions so you can focus on your health, relationships, passions, personal growth, and contributing beyond yourself. So as we step forward into a world that constantly tells us more is better, let's hold on to this powerful lesson. Remember, in the pursuit of happiness, sometimes less really is more.